Right now, we are having the dumbest argument in the anime verse, and I believe people are just bored because this is by far the dumbest conversation that I've heard in quite some time, and I've heard some really dumb conversations lately surrounding the anime verse and Dragon Ball. So a few days ago, this tweet has been making its rounds around the internet. You already know what the issue is here, because somebody who is a Dragon Ball fan is going to take huge offense that this is even a conversation to begin with. But before I jump into this tweet and the conversation, I'm going to ask you guys one simple question, because in this video, I'm going to explain to you guys the reality of this situation and really the only way that the outcome changes. And the outcome is different from what everybody believes it's going to be. But please answer this question in the comment section below. If there was one character in any anime, who would it be that could defeat Teen Gohan? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Give me your answers, and as always, huge shout out to the Black Squad. Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are freaking awesome. You guys are here every single day, and I wanted to give you guys a thank you in every single video. Let's go ahead and jump in. So I'm gonna go ahead and start out with the obvious, and that is that it is increasingly difficult in all of media, not just anime, to find any character that comes close to even facing off against any of the weaker characters that we have in Dragon Ball, especially some of the ones that show up in Dragon Ball Z. It is rare to find anyone that is even going to be coming up close in power to any of these titans, because of how powerful they are and how powerful the Dragon Ball characters have been measured early on in Dragon Ball Z, or even just Dragon Ball. I mean, we got Piccolo destroying moons out here in early Dragon Ball Z, not to mention any of the shenanigans that happen in Dragon Ball. So when you have these sorts of measurements, you know you're dealing with literal titans and gods in a certain sense just throughout all of Dragon Ball Z, that the humans really stand no chance. No other fighter in any other universe stands no chance. So if I have to be extremely serious, and really honestly I would like to be candid with you guys, it's just hard to find any character that comes up against even someone like Krillin, let alone Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. And I'm telling you right now, if there was a character that could come up as a viable versus against Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, it certainly would not be freaking Boruto. And I'll be honest here, I'll be even more candid, it would not be even Naruto. None of the characters in the Naruto verse would have a crazy hard time facing off against someone like Yamcha, Tien. A lot of characters in Naruto wouldn't find fighting any of the Dragon Ball characters relatively easy. It would be very difficult for them if they didn't use their Hacks abilities. So now that I introduce Hacks abilities, let's go through Boruto's moveset and see if there's anything there that could face off against Teen Gohan or cause him any problems. Now, Boruto from the very beginning is almost like a prodigy. He is literally half Naruto, half Hinata. He has DNA from the Hyuga clan, and he has a state-of-the-art upbringing. He is incredibly smart. He has trained with the best shinobi. He knows how to do Rasengan from an early age. He knows how to do a bunch of stuff his dad knew, a little bit older than he is. So he is actually in a much better position as a shinobi. He is a taijutsu master, and he is increasingly intelligent. So these are all like traits that make Boruto exceptional when it comes to combat. But what exactly does he bring to the table that he could face against his foes with this level of confidence that these people are putting into him? So one of his most rarest techniques, probably the one that is the most interesting about Boruto, is Jogan. Now, Jogan is an ability that it's an eye ability that only encompasses one of his eyes. It is basically his blood trait, just like the Sharingan. It's something that he was able to basically unlock without him really knowing how to use it. And all it really does, and guys, I mean, it's very effective against Shinobi, but all it does is it marks the pathways of chakra and makes chakra visible to him. So essentially, it's kind of like Byakugan, but a little stronger and a little bit more specific, and it only really encompasses his one eye, meaning that if somebody blinded that eye, he would be essentially screwed. So this is something that is very beneficial in the Naruto world, but it's something that I feel like it's unclear whether it would have any benefit against someone like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, or even Gohan in general, who he doesn't have chakra, he's got ki, where chakra in Naruto is supposed to be invisible unless it's super strong. Most ki in Dragon Ball, you can see it already, and I mean, you can block the pathways in certain aspects with certain characters in Dragon Ball, but it doesn't really seem to affect the majority of what you can do using ki. So he wouldn't be very, it wouldn't help him very much facing off against someone like a Gohan, who in Super Saiyan 2, I mean, this is the strongest character at that time in all existence. So yeah, I don't think that would help him very much. The next thing is something called Karma. Now Karma, this is well after I jumped shark with Boruto. I have no idea what this stuff is. I didn't see it in action, but apparently Boruto got this after he killed Momoshiki. He was able to receive it. You know, actually, now I'm thinking about it, I may have seen this already, but all it does is it increases his physical abilities and lets him absorb ninjutsu. And so it just makes him stronger, a lot stronger than most characters in Dragon Ball. And then it lets him absorb ninjutsu thrown at him. Now, ninjutsu is an art form that uses chakra to create things and create tricks, traps, attacks, things like that. It isn't really the same thing as ki, and it's not the same thing as energy blast, ki blast, or anything like that. It would be, honestly, if there was an equivalency, it would probably more be like a technique like solar flare, or maybe even instant transmission. I think like it would be in that vein, but that's a huge long stretch. That is just throwing the gambit. I do think that this one would be giving would be something that would pose a real threat to somebody like Gohan if we were talking about this version of Gohan. Yeah, if it was this version of Gohan, absolutely he would have a go of it. But this new ability, Karma, it doesn't really give Boruto enough strength to even face off against this guy. So yeah, it's not something that's really going to like completely shorten that distance of that gap. It's not going to change really anything. So yeah, I just told you guys the only way that Boruto actually wins this fight. If it's Boruto versus this Gohan, then yeah, Boruto, I think, would win this. I think that this level of Gohan with no ki manipulation, no flying, no strength, no Saiyan abilities, no Saiyan transformations, and no training, I think this one would probably lose a fight to Boruto, but it would be close. It would be close. But again, just a very dumb conversation. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.
Subscribe for more content. Or perish.